The three top things that you can control during times of uncertainty are, number one, your employee morale. What's happening inside your own company? What are you telling your employees? What are you sharing? The second is your customers. They're your customers. How are you supporting them? What are you doing to make them better? What are you doing to make them less uncertain? How are you helping them? How are you going over and above every day to make sure that they are feeling supported? And the last one is really automating repeatable processes. And this is really important. This is now a really good time to take a look at your processes and think about what you can either be automating, streamlining, or if these processes are not focused on retention, growth, or automation, that is something to cut, that's something to look at, but really automating those repeatable processes so that your people in your company can be focused on the really high value activities. That is what you can be focusing on in a world that is pretty uncertain right now. As we're talking to different brands, as we're talking to different prospects, going to all these trade shows, it's interesting because right now is definitely a time of uncertainty. We've been here a long time with RepSpark. We've gone through many uncertain times. There's been times where we were at the bleeding edge of B2B. Nobody could even fathom what B2B was. And we had sales reps who didn't want to have B2B because it might take away their jobs. Then we moved into a time of COVID. I mean, talk about uncertain. Brick and mortar was closed. There was, people couldn't even place orders. There was no way to do work. Sales reps couldn't go visit their accounts. There were no trade shows. I mean, talk about a time of uncertainty. So we've been through it, and now is another time of uncertainty. There's tariffs on the rise, supply chain uncertainty, buyer uncertainty. It's a time of uncertainty. And a lot of times during a time of uncertainty, businesses tend to pause. And the pause is okay. There's power in the pause. But what's not okay is when people just completely stop. Or what we've seen in the past is, if you completely stop, everything stops while other people continue to move.